Jujutsu Kaisen Chapter 261 delivered an incredible shock to the fans as Gojo returned to the battlefield, at least in his physical form. However, it was later revealed that the one truly in control of the body was not Gojo but Yuta, who fans know to be the protagonist of JJK 0, and an incredibly important character in the Jujutsu Kaisen series, overall. Now, it has been confirmed that Yuta has taken control of Gojo's body, and that he can utilize the same abilities that Gojo possessed as well. However, many fans are naturally going to have many questions regarding this whole transfer. Most fans are currently wondering how strong Yuta is, and how this change was even possible in the first place. Fans know that in Shinjuku, the author of JJK, Akutami, illustrated some of the most intense fights. This battle began with the incredible clash of the strongest, where Gojo took on Sukuna. These two were equally matched sorcerers and, thanks to their incredible powers, they were able to deal tremendous damage to the other person. Both Gojo and Sukuna fought brilliantly, however, in the end, there could only have been one winner. Despite Gojo doing absolutely brilliantly fighting a handicap battle against all odds, he couldn't get it over it line. Sadly, Gojo ended up losing the battle and his life in the process. Sukuna was able to get the perfect blueprint to bypass Gojo's infinity, and eventually, split him in half. After Gojo's death, the sorcerers jumped to the battlefield as well, and among them was also Yuta. For Yuta, this battle had to wait. His first responsibility was to take care of Kenjaku. Yuta was able to kill him effectively, and this likely happened with help from Aoi Todo. He then rushed to the battlefield where he fought against Sukuna. Manifesting his powerful domain expansion, Yuta was able to deal deadly damage to Sukuna as well. However, due to Megumi being unwilling to help, Yuta was cut down as well using the same world-splitting dismantle. With Gojo and Yuta both having been cut down, the focus of the battle shifted to Yuji. The protagonist of the series certainly did incredibly well against Sukuna. However, while he was doing that, Yuta had already been pulling off his secondary plan. It was revealed in JJK Chapter 261 that before the battle even began, Yuta had already made some arrangements in case the worst happened. These arrangements saw him eventually take control of Gojo's body and return to the battlefield. Of course, pulling this off was not easy, however, Yuta was still able to do it effectively, as was seen in JJK Chapter 261. It can safely be said that this plan of his was able to bring him back in Gojo's body and fight against Sukuna once again. Of course, many fans would be wondering as to how Yuta was able to take control of Gojo's body in the first place. The answer to that lies in Yuta's defeat of Kenjaku. Once he was able to kill Kenjaku, thanks to Rika, he was able to copy his cursed technique, brain hopping. Once he copied this technique, Yuta gained this ability from his arsenal and kept it as a backup plan. As was seen in the flashback, Yuta initially wanted to fight Sukuna using his own body. However, if the plan failed, then he wanted to take over Gojo's body instead. Given that he now had access to brain hopping, this change of bodies could have been made possible. In fact, since Yuta was dying anyway, the only way for him to survive was to switch bodies. Since Gojo was cut down before Yuta, Shoko had already stitched his body up properly. The rest was up to Yuta, and he, utilizing this powerful technique of brain hopping, was able to take control of Gojo's body and then use maximum reverse cursed technique output to heal the remaining injuries and bring the body back to life. Fans will have many questions as to how this was made possible, then how this is going to work. For one, fans need to keep in mind that Yuta's copy cursed technique works only for 5 minutes. This means that after 5 minutes, nobody knows what exactly is going to happen. There are 3 possibilities as to what could happen. The first possibility is that Yuta will simply die after 5 minutes or up. The second possibility suggests that he'll start to lose life gradually. The third possibility is that Yuta will be stuck in Gojo's body forever and continue to live until he dies of old age or switches bodies once again. All possibilities are equally real, and fans do not know which way this is going to go later down the line. The only way to find out is to wait for 5 minutes and see what exactly happens with Yuta's body once the time limit is up. However, for those 5 minutes, Yuta is going to be in total control of Gojo's body and utilize the powers of the strongest to the utmost best. Of course, many fans will be wondering as to how strong Yuta is in Gojo's body, in the first place. The very first thing that they need to keep in mind is that Yuta has access to every single ability that Gojo has. This means that the power of the Limitless is ingrained in Yuta now. He can utilize everything about the Limitless cursed technique. Be it the neutral Limitless, which is infinity, the power to attract, which is blue, or the power to repel, which is red, Yuta can utilize it all. Fans should also expect him to pull off techniques such as Hollow Purple, among others. Then, fans also need to keep in mind that Yuta can utilize the 6 eyes to the very best as well. This means that his cursed energy efficiency is going to be absolutely incredible. He likely has access to reverse cursed technique as well, which means that he is going to be an absolute monster in terms of combat. He also has access to his domain expansion, Unlimited Void, as was seen in JJK chapter 261. Yuta has access to all of Gojo's memories and abilities, which means that he knows how to utilize these powers to the utmost best. He has also faced the world-splitting dismantle twice now, which means that he knows how to deal with techniques such as that. Above all, he also seems to have a plan, which likely stems from his connection to the Sugawara and the Fujiwara family, and it is possible that Yuta can potentially paint a domain in open air, crafting an open barrier version of the Unlimited Void in the upcoming chapters. However, fans should still keep in mind that this isn't Gojo. Regardless of how skilled Yuta is, he is not going to be able to bring out the best of Infinity like Gojo was. He is not, and never will be Gojo or his replacement. This is likely what is going to be the deciding factor in this battle and how Yuta is going to be brought down to Sukuna's weekend level.